the colorful Bubblewood Forest, little Pippo the bear was getting ready for bed. He stood in his cozy treehouse bedroom, hugging his soft white pillow. Outside the round window, the friendly moon smiled down at him. Pippo yawned and rubbed his sleepy eyes. "Tonight, I will sleep earlier than early," he whispered to himself. He was very proud of this excellent bedtime plan. Pippo climbed into bed and pulled his blue starry blanket up to his chin. The room was warm, quiet, and peaceful. Soon, his eyes slowly closed. But just as Pippo was about to fall asleep, the whole treehouse began to shake. Books wobbled, pillows bounced, and the lantern swung from side to side. Pippo opened his eyes wide in surprise. A giant sound echoed across the forest. "Ah, ah!" Pippo bounced out of bed and flew through the air like a fluffy little popcorn kernel. With a soft thump, Pippo landed upside down in his laundry basket. Only his pajama legs and sleeping cap stuck out. That, he mumbled, was definitely not a normal sneeze. Pippo grabbed his pillow and hurried to the door. He peeked outside into the blue, sparkly night. The forest was glowing softly, but something felt strange. High above the trees, the moon looked very different. Its cheeks were pink, its eyes were watery, and its little nose was bright red. Pippo gasped. "Oh no, the moon looks sick." The moon sniffled and tried to hold back another sneeze. It puffed up its cheeks and squeezed its eyes shut. Pippo hugged his pillow tightly. Then the moon sneezed again. Golden stars shot down from the sky like sparkling jelly beans. They landed in the grass, on the path, and even beside Pippo's slippers. A tiny purple owl fluttered down from the trees. It was Lulu, wearing her big round glasses and carrying her notebook. She looked up at the moon and began taking very serious notes. Before Lulu could explain anything, Toto, the squirrel, came rushing down the path. He saw a glowing star on the ground, stepped on it, and spun around wildly. "I meant to do that," he shouted, even though nobody believed him. Lulu adjusted her glasses and cleared her throat. "Scientifically speaking," she announced, "the moon has caught a cold." Pippo blinked. "The moon can catch a cold." Lulu nodded. "Anyone can catch a cold if they stay outside all night." Pippo ran back into his treehouse as fast as his pajama feet could carry him. A moment later, he returned with every tissue he owned. He held the pile proudly, even though it was not very big. The friends counted the tissues carefully. There were 7 soft tissues, 1 wrinkly napkin, and 1 tiny duck-shaped napkin. Toto stared at the duck napkin and whispered, "This one looks brave." Lulu had an idea. They tied all the tissues together to make one long wobbly tissue rope. It was not beautiful, but it was definitely long and very silly looking. Toto grabbed the end of the tissue rope and stood tall. "I shall deliver this tissue rope to the moon," he declared. Then he climbed the tallest jelly bean tree in the forest. Toto jumped bravely into the night sky. For 2 whole seconds, he looked like a heroic flying squirrel. Pippo and Lulu watched with wide eyes. Then Toto dropped straight down and landed on a giant red mushroom, bowing. The mushroom bounced him gently into the air. Toto rubbed his head and smiled. "Good news. The mushroom is very soft." Suddenly, the moon sneezed again. This time, hundreds of tiny stars rained down into the forest pond. The water splashed, sparkled, and shimmered like liquid gold. The frogs in the pond began to glow. One frog glowed green, another glowed yellow, and one tiny frog glowed so brightly that Toto used it like a flashlight. The frogs looked very confused. Pippo looked around the shining forest and became worried. "If the moon keeps sneezing," he said, "the whole forest will turn into one giant nightlight." Toto looked excited. "That sounds useful." Lulu shook her head. "That sounds dangerous." Lulu flapped her wings as a brilliant idea popped into her head. "We cannot bring tissues up to the moon," she said. "So instead, we will bring clouds to the moon." Pippo smiled. "A cloud blanket." The 3 friends hurried along the forest path to Cloudy Hill. At the top of the hill, fluffy little clouds were sleeping on soft purple grass. Some clouds snored quietly. One cloud was even hugging a tiny cookie. Pippo gently poked the nearest cloud. "Excuse me," he said politely, "the moon needs a warm blanket." The cloud opened one sleepy eye and frowned. "We are very busy napping," it puffed. The clouds did not want to move at all. Then Toto whispered, "If the moon sneezes again, falling stars might squash your cookies." Every cloud suddenly jumped awake. "Nobody squashes cloud cookies," they cried. The clouds zoomed into the sky, leaving soft sparkly trails behind them. They wrapped around the moon like a fluffy white scarf. The moon smiled warmly and looked much better. Pippo, Lulu, and Toto cheered from below. At last, the forest became calm and quiet again. Pippo returned to his cozy bed, tired but happy. Before closing his eyes, he placed one tiny tissue on the windowsill, just in case the moon sneezed again.